Hey guys, Brew Crew here, and we have a little bit of a modding video here for you. Not too long of a video here. So I have Goldcrest pulled up here. This is a conversion over from FS17. Just some tips for you if you're gonna try and convert a map. First thing you're gonna want to do after you get through the conversion process is go through and delete all of your triggers. Delete all the store triggers, the vehicle trigger, the silo trigger. Delete all those triggers. And then, because the triggers now are based on the XMLs for whatever you're importing. Then, next thing you're going to want to do, if you pull up the scene graph here, and you look at your fields, and then we bring up the user attributes. The onCreate for the fields root directory, or whatever you want to call it, is different than what it was in 17. It's now field utility.onCreate, or field util.onCreate. Then for the fields themselves, so if we look at field 1, now they're just using field angle, field dimension index, and name indicator index. There's one other field for if you're going to have a field doing grass missions, and that's just a boolean, which is a true false, and it'll be just a check mark. So it'll be, I believe it's grass mission field, and then you just check mark if you want that to be a grass mission. If you're not sure what it is, you can pull up the Ravenport map and take a look at one of the fields that has that in it for the right wording. If you're going to put in like your silo here, you're going to want to put it under, where is it? Where did I put it? Placeholders, right here. So all these storage shelters and the farm silo are under placeholder. And that's just so when you start your game, if you use the second or third level, you won't see these. They won't be there. But if you choose the easiest level, all this will be there. Right now I'm working on the, what am I working on? The farmlands. So we pull up farmlands. We activate the terrain info paint layer. Those are my farmlands so far. I'm probably going to end up redoing this because I don't think I'm going to have enough farmland to go around. What I started doing is like farmland ID 1 is field 1. Farm ID number 2 is field 2, and so on and so forth. All the way up to, what am I up to? 33 or 34, I think. Where did I hide that? Let's see if I can find it. I have a... So here we go. You're gonna need the bits for the farmland channels. Hopefully Try that again. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. And let's pull that back up. So if you want to do farmland 1, you can't use the drop down box because it won't work. So farmland for number 1 is 0. Then as soon as you come over here, the white one is farmland 1. So farmland, if you go 0, 1 will be 3. You see it pops over to number 3 here. 2 is what? Just 1. So if we go like this, that's going to be over here. Farmland 34 is over here. 50 I haven't gotten to yet. Oh, it's right there. $18 right there. 19's right here. So I'm probably gonna wind up redoing this because I think I'm gonna run out of farmland. So once you add your placeables, your sell points and whatnot, you're going to have to add in the triggers, and that's where this comes in. Right here. So under my mod directory, my map, I have my placeables, and go to map US. So like I have a manure selling station, I have Mary's Farm, Matt's Farm, the bakery, the bales, selling station barn, the diner. So if we look at the diner, the XML here. One thing you want to change is the i3D file name. It's going to say $data placeables map US. And I'll probably say selling station generic, so I changed it to diner, and then took the $data out so it points to my within my map. So if we look for that, bring up the scene graph, and I have everything under sell points for right now. So if we look at the diner, hit the F key, let's turn off the other thing, and here's the trigger right here. And this is only a visual representation of the trigger. It's just so I know which ones I have imported. So what you're gonna need to do is your map, and under your map items XML is where you're going to put all your sell points. So I have one for the barn, I have a train silo, my silo that I have in there right now is right here, so that'll show up if you pick the first level. My barn, and actually what I did with that is I used the barn from FS17, took out the trigger. So now you have that right here. So it's just like the old one, you can drive through it, or if you get really close to the edge of the barn. So there's the trigger. That's how that works. Like I said, you're gonna have to, oh, that's not what I want. On that. So if you want anything to be on the map, no matter what level you pick, you're going to want to add it as a map bound ID. So my sell points, I have of course the barn for the bales and the grass and the straw, but I have the Denton bakery. I added a diner. The selling station vehicles for the shop. Then I have a Matt's farm. The manure selling station is up at Mary's farm. And what I did with that in that XML, I just said do not show on the PDA. And then, of course, Mary's farm, and then the Goldcrest Pacific grain I added. So all those cell points are in. I still have to test them yet. I'm going to have to delete them out of here to make sure that they're pulling in at the right spot. Then you have the vehicle selling spot. I put right there where it was in Goldcrest in 17. I do have to... I have to check that because last time I went into the game, that part wasn't working. So I'll have to check to see what's going on with that. So vehicle selling point. Let's pull up my map items. Vehicle selling station vehicles. Saying the class name shop was invalid, so I'll have to look at one of the old maps. I do have in here the Estachio Pachulo map, whatever the hell that is. If you look at that items, and we look for the shop, train selling, train system. Oh, it's got to be put in as workshop, so I'll just have to change that to workshop. So we can go back here actually, and selling station vehicle, where are ya? Right here. So we'll just copy that, come back here, and paste that in there. Then it should work fine. So make sure you save that, close that, and it should be good to go. I'll have to check to see if I have to do anything with that shop trigger. And let's see. So everything imported over when I did the conversion, including the fields. All I had to do is change those user attributes. BGA, where's the BGA? It is over here, or was over here. So the FS19 BGA is a little big for this area. So we import, you notice I have one that says BGA, one that says BGA facility. The facility is the actual BGA, so you can see here. I have to change the shaders, it's not pulling the shaders over. And let's see. Get rid of that. It's a little big. I think I might have scaled it down a little. Actually, that's the old BGA. That's why it's not showing up. So you don't want to use the one from 17. Let's see if I have the one from 19 in here. Nah, that's not what I want. Placeables. I don't think I do. I think that's just a trigger. Oh, I didn't go import, did I? Close that one. Close that one. CGraph, BJ. See, that's just the triggers. So, easily fixed. we could do, let's just go import placeables, map DE, BGA. I don't think it's too different from the US one. Click. Oh, that's a trigger too. So what I'm gonna need to do is go into my Steam library. Oops, not ATS. Farm Sim data maps and so pull up the Ravenport map. Give it a minute to load up. Or a couple minutes to load up. If you're going to want to add multi-fruit to your map, there's a couple files you're going to have to bring over from the main program group, and that's the fruit types and the fill types XML. But that'd be a different video. So here we are on Ravenport. So I just gotta find out where they hide the BGA on this side. So Ravenport. Not up there. I don't want you up there. Let's see if it's under buildings, biogas. And there's the biogas. See how I said it's huge. So what we can do is go file, export selection with files, and we're going to put it in map US, and we'll just create a new folder, and we'll do Ravenport BGA. Go in there, call it Ravenport BGA, save, yes, get the parent directory, keep game relative paths, then we can close that, don't save or you'll have issues, and then we import Ravenport BGA, look at that, and that's in there, then we do a B click. And this is where I was having issues with it. So what I'm going to try and do is scale it down. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. That might be too small. Let's try point. Not that. Try 0.75. 0.75 and 0.75. Let's turn around here. And where's that other arrow? Right there. Get out of the damn trees. And then over here. Actually, we're going to have to turn that again, so it's this way. And over here somewhere. I want to put it so you have the way in right here. So if we go this way, turn a little more, that. And then this way. That's pretty close. And what we can do is bring up our terrain sculpt mode. We're going to do a Control R, which is 100. Change that to replace, lower, just to bring it up so it's even with the fence. Like that. Let's smooth that a little bit so it doesn't look so ridiculous. And everything else should be pretty even. The only thing you have is the road here. Let's see if we can move it back a little. Maybe like right here. I mean, you could just do a gravel road right up over here, unless we turn it a little more. Come over here, place higher. Move these trees out of here with a Control B click. And come on, give me the tree. I don't want that tree. I want that tree. Right there. Do a Control B click. And that one, Control B click. See how that looks. Now it's a little high over here, so sculpt mode again. Smooth it down a little. Then we're gonna get rid of some of that grass. So subtract and grass. Like so. Get rid of all that grass in there anyway. It's kind of high in it. Let's do undo. It's at 100, so let's bring it to 90. Oh, 95. Nope. 97. Still not working right there. How about 99? There. Good enough. You get the idea. Then you can come in here, turn on your terrain detail texture, change it to we'll go with concrete for now. Just paint over all that. Change that to square. The only thing I don't like about this new Giants is can't change that square so that it's square. You get at a wrong angle and it gives you a diamond pattern. But this is just a rough, give you a rough idea. Undo that. Right here, here, and here. So now you have your BGA in there. And then you just come over here. And you do a little concrete path. Have anything else I can use? Concrete. You do gravel. We'll do concrete with a round head. And we're just gonna bring it down a little bit. Just like that. There you go. So now what you have to do is bring in your triggers. So the triggers will go BGA, BGA, Control B, click, and there's your triggers. So because we scaled this down a little, we're going to have to scale down the triggers. And you can move the triggers around independently. So we bring over the scene graph. Here's where the triggers are. You have the bunker. So you can move that around. You can bring it out a little. Bring it over a little. Bring it down. And expand that down. And unloading station is there. We want bail trigger. Bring that down. Maybe scale it a little bit. Scale it a little more. There. Then you have the exact fill route, which is this part right here. Scale that down a little. Bring it in. Leave it right there. Then we have the weight display. And bring that down. And you just set it right there. BGA triggers. Now we have to play with these. So that's bunker silo 1. Bring that down a little. Scale that down a little. Not that much. What the hell are you doing, dude? Ooh, not that much. And bring it up. Now we have to come this way. We're at 0.751 on the X. This is the Z. Bring that over here. Put it down. Interaction trigger is there. Bunker silo area. Start. Width. Height. That's good enough. So now we need bunker silo number 2. Actually, what we do is go to bunker silo 1, Control Shift C, bunker silo number 2, Control Shift V, and then we can just place it where we need it. And we'll check where that is. So the start, we're gonna bring that over a little. Start, and the width, that's good. And the height, right there, that's pretty good. So now what you're gonna wanna do is highlight the whole BGA trigger setup. You're gonna go File, Export Selection, and we're just going to overwrite the BGA trigger. Hit save, hit yes, and that way when you call it from your map items, it'll be that setup there, which is wrong because I need to move this, which is the loading station for the digest state. You just want to get it centered under that pipe. Check it from all angles. There, and that looks pretty good. So then we highlight the BGA trigger system again. We're going to File, Export Selection, overwrite the BGA i3D, save yes, and that's good to go. So we will have to take a look at that. Take a look at the XML here. So now the i3D, you're going to change that to the placeables. And that's in map US, BGA, BGA i3D. Save that. And this is where you could change your, so you have silage price scales at 0.4. You could change that to whatever you wanted. I usually have it pretty high, so I'll change that later. Liquid manure loading station. I'll keep the sounds going to the dollar data. And this is for your bunker silos. That should all be the same. But I'll try it out later to see if I made any mistakes. So we'll close that, close that, close that, close all this stuff. And that's how you get started. So right now all I really have to do is get that farmland working, or painted through, and then this map would be good to go. I'll probably add some more trees, stuff like that. Oh, I have to go back in here and find my water planes, which is right there. So I made them invisible so I could see where I needed to paint, which is nice about the Giants 8. I don't think this did this since Giants 7, where if you made something invisible, it kind of grays it out for you. So then you know, I just have to make that visible again. So that's gonna about do it for this video. If you thought this was helpful and you learned something, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe for notification of future videos. This is Brew Crew signing off. Catch you later. See you on the farm.